Hey everybody, it's Luke here. Today we're going to be making a buffalo chicken pizza. So what you're going to need for this is get your oven up to 400, get a nice hot pan, and we're going to start off with some whole wheat tortillas, and we're going to just get them a little crispy. I already got one done here. Get a little crispy in the pan. This is going to be our crust. Okay, so I got that one going. What else we're going to need for this recipe is some red hot wing sauce. I have Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce. This is a buffalo style. Got some fat-free ranch dressing. I have some minced garlic, which is optional. I have some 2 different kinds of fat-free cheese. And I have some canned chicken breast. So, now when I'm tapping it like this, sometimes the tortillas tend to bubble up, so I'm just smacking the air out of it so brown nicely. I don't want to get it too crispy because it'll get crispy in the oven, but I don't want to have a mushy crust. So while that's going, what we're going to do is in a separate dish, I'm going to take and I'm going to squirt about 2 tablespoons of dressing into the bottom of my dish, and this is going to be our sauce for the pizza. Onto that, I'm going to add approximately a teaspoon and a half of red hot sauce. This is to taste. So I'm going to put some in there. Then I'm just going to mix this up and give it a taste and see if it's, where I want it to be. I'm actually going to put a little bit more in. So I did about 2 tablespoons of dressing and maybe 3 teaspoons of hot sauce. You'll probably want to start with maybe just a teaspoon at a time, depending on your flavor level. So let me check on my tortilla here. That one's looking done. Alright, so now that my tortillas are done, my first tortilla, if you've ever made any of our pizzas, you've seen this before. This is how we get our crispy crust. First tortilla, sprinkle a little bit of cheese on it. Put the second tortilla right on top. And this is going to keep our bottom one from getting soggy. It's going to let it get nice and crispy in the oven. Okay. On top of that, we're just going to start spooning on our sauce. And you can add as much or as little of this as you want. So spread this around. A little bit more for me. And it looks like I got about maybe a third of my sauce left, so could probably make 2 pizzas out of that amount. I got my sauce on top of the pizza. I'm going to take a whole can of canned chicken, which I've already opened up and drained, put it in a dish, and I'm going to get a fork. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of chop this up a little bit because the one I get, the pieces are kind of big. Not quite as fine as tuna, but pretty small. And then in here I'm going to add just a little bit more buffalo sauce. Just enough to coat it. Now, I don't want this to have too much because I already have some sauce, some buffalo sauce in my pizza sauce here. So I'm just going to stir this around a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in with the chicken. Just about a quarter of a teaspoon. And you could put the garlic in with the sauce too. I've done it both ways. It works just fine. Mix this around. Now I'm going to put the whole works right on top. And spread this around just with my fingers. Okay. Let me rinse my fingers off. And now to top it off, we're going to use about a quarter of a cup of our fat-free cheese. I've got some mozzarella and a little bit of cheddar. I don't have much left, so hopefully I got enough for this. Okay. And then I'm going to finish it off with some cheddar right on top. Alright, that's it. Now we're going to put this in the oven, straight onto the rack. So I put it onto my spatula, put it right on the rack, and this is going to cook for 3 to 4 minutes just until it gets all hot, melted, and that's it, because we already got our crust nice and crispy. I'll put that in, set my timer so I don't forget about it, and hang on tight. We'll come back when it's done, talk about the nutrition, and take a look at it. So stay tuned. Alright, we're back. It was about 4 minutes. Pizza looks done, so I'm going to take it out of the oven. Bring it up on the cutting board. Cut it into 4 pieces. Nice crispy crust. And then I will bring up the camera so you can take a look at it. Okay, so here's our buffalo chicken pizza. What this is going to have in it is 405 calories, 8 grams of fat, and now 7 of the grams of fat are coming from our tortillas. So if you can find a lower calorie, lower carb tortilla, lower fat, you can knock that down. And we're going to have 41 grams of protein. Now, one thing I do want to call out in this recipe is that this does have a relatively high sodium content. The buffalo sauce and the ranch dressing, along with the cheese, because they're all fat-free, they tend to have higher sodium. So be cautious of that. If you've already had a lot of sodium for the day, maybe you don't want to have this pizza. If you're low on your sodium, go ahead and have it. But anyway, hope you guys like this one. Till next time, eat healthy.